What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and in this video I'd like to talk about two different cryptos. We're going to talk about Zcash and Zora. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 29th day of October. We're going to start off with Zcash. It's got the higher market cap. It's alphabetically in order, right? Zcash, and then we'll finish up the video talking about Zora. So recently, we made a very bold call at the high here for Zcash, right up at the high. I want to say it was like 360. We were calling for the move to take us down to about $300, probably something just below 300. But I did say it was possible that we could find support above 300, but I confidently was saying that I more expected we'd see prices just below 300. However, we are seeing some signs right now that could have been the low, you guys. It is still completely possible, completely a valid thought that we could go a little bit lower, sweep this low here, and then move up higher, right? Maybe we go just below that low and then we move up higher. It doesn't have to be dramatic. We should still keep our minds our minds open to this idea that we do go lower. But man, it is possible that was the low, and I want to go over that right now. So looking at the 1 hour time frame here, would it be maybe I should look at the 4 hour? Let's look at the 1 hour. We'll zoom out. There's some things on the 4 hour that we'll go over. The RSI looks very productive, okay? I mean, here you're getting overbought. You're not getting oversold at all. You're really, I mean, you lived below the 50 here. You had all the bearish momentum that you needed, and you just couldn't push below $300. Like, it just wasn't happening. I mean, this is a very productive looking RSI. And yes, you have rejected the overboughts when you got up here, but I mean, higher highs. You got higher highs as well. Stochastics are bullish, and the MACD is just starting to cross above the zero as well. There's some good things going on the 1 hour time frame here. We look at the 4 hour time frame, and we take this high here. Maybe we should take this high. Let's take this high to a low. You can see that with this pivot, you went right up to your golden ratio zone, okay? And from here, from this pivot, we were expecting, 299, something just below 300, maybe down to the golden ratio at 275. Anything and everything in this is kind of free game, okay? It could very well happen. It still could happen. But when you bounce off the 100 like that, that's a pretty positive thing, man. That's a very positive thing. We got 39 minutes left in this 4 hour candle. Closing here would be very suggestive that the low is in. Very suggestive. Right, this is positive structure. Whenever you reject the golden ratio, you typically find support either at the 1272, or if you don't find support there, you go down to the 786, 886. So if you find support between the 1272 and the 100, you find support right here. That's actually still a very positive look and could cascade you higher. This, of course, could be a bull trap. It is possible, and this is where we're really scratching our heads. But from a high to a low, you did hit the golden ratio there. You are rejecting quite fast right now. Then you found support at the 382. It's just you're doing all the things right to go lower and all the things right to move higher if you wanted to. It's hard to say. So we're going to give you some if-then statements. If Zcash, by the time you watch this video, whoever you are, if Zcash is above 300 and let's say $50, you're above $350, especially on a 1 hour closing basis. But I would even say without the closing basis, if you just move up there, if you're above $350, I think this is the low, and I think you're moving up to prices above $400 now, today, tomorrow. It's happening right now, right? If you go below $322, and again, I'd like an hourly close, but even price just going below there alone would be enough for me. Let's make it a little bit more strict. Let's say 320. If you get, because you could wick a little bit below this line. If you get below $320, then you likely take out this low, and we find support somewhere between about like 299 and 270. Okay, something in that range, which then would imply that this is a bull trap, and that's fine. Maybe you have an overall ABC corrective move coming in. I wonder if this is an ABC correction. Let's just see, because most of them are, right? I mean, that would be your B wave, right? ABC correction, it's like this right here. ABC correction, right there. A, B, C, right? Pretty simple. Pretty simple. If we were to do that, it'd be symmetrical in nature, and that would promote prices down to about 286, which is right there in the heart of that range that we're looking for. It makes sense to me. I'm starting to lean more toward the downside. Okay, I think the original call from 360 to go down to about like 290 to 280, I think that still stands. Looking at the 4 hour time frame again, or sorry, the 1 hour time frame, rejecting that overbought zone is not necessarily productive. The 4 hour looks good though. That's my daughter. I don't know what she's doing. If you guys are hearing that noise, that's just her, I think, being silly, pounding on her chest maybe. higher lows here on the 4-hour RSI. This is a big, what's the word I want? This is a big FU to my thoughts that we go lower. That's what it is. It's a big FU. But we are at the 60, an area to reject. On the 4-hour time frame here, we look at the price action. We have kind of come down, right? Most of this candle is a wick to the upside, so the idea that we could come lower definitely stands. The stochastics are also giving me that FU, man. We've got higher lows. We're bouncing in the same area. You can get tied up here, though. We've seen you get tied up before and then move lower, so you know it happens. The MACD isn't really giving me an FU. It's more just saying, hey, man, we could move lower. We could not. I don't care. Whatever. So the MACD is not really telling us much. I would say not so confidently that I'm sticking with my call, and especially with this ABC corrective idea here, I think that we would move down to about 285, okay? And 285 is great. 285 is great because right there, that comes in line directly with prior areas of resistance here, prior areas of significance here. And if we take this low, I just wonder if we take this low to this high overall, it's right there. It's right at the 382. I couldn't have, like, that's perfect. It's literally perfect. It's common enough to wick below the 382, and amidst your ABC corrections, they're typically symmetrical, but the C leg, the leg that we're about to form, sometimes, oftentimes enough, is a little bit longer. So if we go a little bit below 287, 285, that's okay. We could go to 290 and be fine. And in the event that we go lower, we're still fine. Understand Zcash, you could drop to 260. Hell, you could drop all the way to 230 and you're still fine. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not talking about it because I do. I think, and very clearly, I think that we're going to go between about 280, 290, somewhere right there in the middle at 285, 287. But then we'll find support there and then we'll continue to move higher. I do fully anticipate that Zcash will recover and is honestly in the process of a move that's just not done yet. I don't think this move, I do believe we're going to see some consolidation that will last multiple weeks, several weeks, if not over a month, right? We're very overbought in the RSI. I just don't think that we're there yet. I think that we're going to continue to move up. We'll probably form some bearish divergence, and once we do that, that's when we'll top off. To be fair, we do have bearish divergence going on right now, but I think that we move up a little bit more first. Where do I think we're going to go? Who cares what I think? But since you're asking, I think that we'll go at least to $521, at most something around $1,000. We'll find resistance up here, consolidate whatever, and then after we've cooled off our indicators, we'll continue to rally going into a later 2026 and early or late 2025 and early 2026. The weekly time frame, everything about this is bullish. It's exceptionally bullish. We look phenomenal here. And if we're looking at this on a, let's say, what's the word I'm looking for here? If we're looking at this on a all-time perspective, my thoughts would be that from a high to a low here, we probably do see prices as high as $2,600 to $10,000 by the end of this cycle for Zcash. That's the expectation there. Let's move on to Zora. We'll talk about Zora, okay? Zora. Hold on one moment, you guys. I got my daughter is calling upon me, so I'm gonna help her real quick. Hold on, just real quick. I am wearing pajamas. Don't judge me. I don't even know if you guys could see my pajamas, but they're plaid and they're rad and they're really comfortable, man. They're like thin and soft. I don't even know, man. They're great. They stretch. They're all. I mean, pajamas should stretch, but man, it's like they stretch in places they don't normally stretch, and I love that. Anyways, Zora, you guys can hear me, right? I think yes, you can hear me. Okay, Zora. Looking at this here, Zora. We've been pretty accurate with this one, more or less, right? You're finally going to the target destination that we thought you would go to, right? There was a moment that for most of this phase, we expected a price like this to happen, but there was a moment here where I thought, okay, maybe you're going to break out. I mean, it looked like bullish consolidation to me, and overall it is. Even with this, it is bullish consolidation. But it makes a lot of sense that we pull back here. I mean, we take a low to a high. You got a bunch of people FOMOing the top, a bunch of smart money offloading because the rest of the market's on sale. They're probably going to allocate there. Here we are at the 382. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but Zora is absolutely at its low point. Yes, it's there, man. Could you go a little bit lower? Sure. Could you go all the way down to 6.3 cents? It's possible, sure, you could, but I don't think so, man. I think that you're right at the 382 after an immaculate move. This is exactly where you expect to find support, and I think you will. I really do. Let's look at the short-term stuff, see if we can agree with that in the indicators, or disagree with that maybe, and provide a new perspective by the end of this video. The 1 hour time frame, the RSI does have bullish divergence, right? You got lower lows with higher lows here. That's nice to see. It's a little bit far out, but I still think it would be bullish divergence. We'll see. Definitely bearish at the moment, but not a lot of volume. Not a lot of volume is there, which is very encouraging. You don't want a lot of volume on these drops because, I mean, volume is picking up to be fair, but it's still not a lot of volume. It's barely like average. Stochastics have bullish divergence, and the MACD even has bullish divergence. So bullish divergence on every single indicator here. That's nice to see. It's very suggestive there. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if Zora found support right here, you guys. 4 hour time frame. Looking at this, bullish divergence on the 4 hour, bullish divergence on the MACD, bullish divergence on the stochastics. You got bullish divergence on every indicator on the 1 hour and the 4 hour right now. At least it's presenting itself. It's not confirmed until we get a green candle. 29 minutes left. I bet we close here, and I bet the next one closes green. I absolutely do. I wouldn't be surprised in the least. I think this is a, let's say, a breakout of this range here, right? It's a breakout. This is right here. There's no volume. And in fact, you're getting less volume as you're moving down. That tells me that not only will this breakout fail, but we will quickly rip back to the upside. Zora is getting set up. Mark my words, you guys. Zora is getting set up to continue this move. And I think from Zcash is not the only one that's going to be stealing the spotlight here over the coming days. I think anybody and everybody who's been wanting to invest in Zora, but you've been waiting, you've been patient, I think now is the time to strike because ultimately in the coming days, I would expect that we see, I mean, this could be by the end of this week, it could be sometime next week, but I would expect sometime in the next couple of weeks here, we're up 157% to maybe 305%, something between about 21 to 32.6 cents, something in this zone here. That's what we're looking for, okay? And you probably continue past that. You probably continue well past that as time goes on. But I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Pardon my intermission in the middle there, but I had to take care of something. I think Zora's at a perfect area to buy. Zcash is probably at a relatively good zone to buy too, but it probably does move lower. So I mean, between the two, I think Zora has a lot more growth by the end of the cycle. We didn't even talk about that, right? We talked about the end of the cycle for Zcash, but not for Zora. It's just there's less history, so it's harder to guess. But if I had to guess, let's just see. Yeah, it is so new. The fibs are not really going to help us here. We've done this before, yeah. $4.20 to $10. Somewhere in that range, right? You probably don't hit $10, but you could see something between $4.20 and $10. I think that's very possible for Zora, yeah. At a bare minimum by the end of the cycle, bare minimum you'll be above $2. But I genuinely think you'll be at $4.20 or higher, genuinely, by the end of the cycle. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Take care of yourselves, all right? Bye-bye.